Hello everyone, I'm Nia and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. In this video, we're going to talk about channeling. What is channeling and how can you channel your spirit guides or angel or anything else you want to channel in this planet, or not even just in this planet. But first of all, let me tell you what is channeling, or actually the difference between what people interpret as channeling and what actually channeling is, or rather mediumship, but will be the right terminology. Everything in this universe is made of energies and frequencies. We have various planes of dimension, and if you want to know more about this entire matters, I did videos about it. You can find them on my channel, from the Akashic records, the field, from my e-courses, even talking about energy streams, the aura, and so on and so forth. But I'm sure that if you clicked on this video, you already know what I'm talking about. We can channel everything that has energy and frequencies, because everything is a net of information. In fact, for example, the Akashic record or the Akashic field is only the record of information in regards of your history, not just on this planet, but maybe your entire history when it comes down to your soul and consciousness. And there is like everything in existence is moving and expanding and giving us information. In fact, empaths, for example, probably already know what I'm talking about, because empaths are very talented into, just comes naturally to them, into interpreting the field, the energetic stream, the information of other human beings, of animals, or even circumstances and environments. They just can read certain energetic fields. It's another different whether or not they do it consciously or naturally, but they definitely can do so. And even on a much more general term, for people that don't have perhaps innate psychic abilities, you probably already have encountered the feeling of being like an intuitive feelings about something. Maybe perhaps a person, your body felt you wanted to run away, or maybe your body rather was feeling healed and attracted by a certain individual, circumstance, or situation. And that is because you are taking that energetic field and you are interpreting in your body. So this kind of phenomenon, the interpret of the energetic field, the feeling of the energetic fields, of the field of information, it is a form of channeling in a way or another. Is a subtle, more bland, we could say, form of channeling, because you're not actually becoming a container, you can say a box, an instrument for an entity or an energetic field to talk through you, but you're still interpreting that field. So I feel this form of channeling is more, and has more to do with psychic abilities in general, has more to do with intuitive feelings, and it has more to do with innate capacities that we have as human beings. So in this term, in my perspective, everybody can channel, because everybody can become attuned to an energetic field. Then the difference though between this type of channeling, which is only interpreting information, and by the way, if everything is energy, everything has information, everything can be channeled, as you can see, lower frequency, higher frequencies, frequency from astral plane, this plane, or from other dimensions, okay? But if everything can be interpreted, then what is the difference between actual channeling and what do you see some people do, such as Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks actually, or Shalia Gillette channeling Theo, Bashar? What is that real channeling? What is that actually performance that they do? That is more what I call mediumship. Mediumship is when a person completely moves away from their body in form of consciousness and allow a third entity, or another entity actually, to come and talk through their body. I do that as well, and in fact you can find my channeling session in my books, the Angel Oracle books, or even in my new books, Ray, A Message for You. This form of mediumship and channeling is very similar and is very linked to what unfortunately unfortunately is possession in a way. Now, possession has a negative connotation, and obviously it is because movies and horror movies such as the legendary The Exorcist, when we see a little girl possessed by a demon and all of that horrible stuff that happens in the movie. If you're horror fans, you probably know what I'm talking about. But as you can see, the demon, the entity in that case, takes the part, the consciousness part of the little girl and speaks through the girl. Now, this doesn't have to do with evil or demonic things necessarily, but this is what happens in pure channeling, or rather I might say mediumship. And like I said before, we have a brilliant example of higher energy and positive channeling or mediumship with Esther X, Shalia Gillette channeling Theo, Bashar that is channeling, I think, another dimension or a being, which is Bashar from another system, planetary, another planet. I'm sorry, I'm not that into Bashar, but I know who he is. So if you know who he is and you know more, please drop a comment down below so everybody can learn. I will really appreciate that. So in that case, mediumship is a gift, especially in my perspective, and it's more difficult to develop because not everybody on this existence has signed or has a contract with a being that is not incarnated on this planet, whether it's an archangel, an angel, planetary like a Syrian, or whatever is your belief system. Not everybody on this planet has signed to become a mediumship, for various reasons. In my perspective, is because these people, either they have encountered, such as Shalia Gillette, a near-death experience, therefore they have crossed the other side, and so they have, when they came back, they had a mission to accomplish, which is to bring forth a certain level of vibration, consciousness, through their gift, their mediumship ability. And in fact, if you know the work of Esther X or Shalia Gillette with Theo, you can search it, that are here online. They do seminar courses, write books about what is going on right now on the planet, and their purpose and mission in life is to really teach even large crowds about how to empower yourself, even how to communicate with angels and spirit guides, follow your intuition. I think Shalia Gillette with Theo speaks about integration of the mind, body, and soul, and so on and so forth. So as you might understand right away, this is a particular mission. Mediumship is a gift, and it's not for everybody, which I'm not saying that you cannot communicate with your angels and spirit guides, and I'm going to arrive to that point in a second. Just be patient. Don't worry, I don't want to cut you off if you don't have this gift. I just want to express my opinion. Comment if you don't agree, and especially teach you something that might be helpful in order to understand a little bit these capacities. So I was saying, mediumship is a gift not for everybody because it takes a higher level of energy in order to channel and to have in your entire being a higher level being. Because like I said before, if everybody starts to channel with no without a safe net, the danger will be they could channel anything, because if everything has energy, they could channel everything that their vibration is attracting in that very moment. What do I mean by that? If you are already familiar a little bit with the law of attraction, which is, by the way, not even a channel material, but the law of attraction was stated by Hermes Trismegistus in his 7 Hermetic principles, which I talked about various time on my channel. So if you are familiar with that, with the law of attraction, you know that we attract what we are holding as a vibration. So therefore, if you are going to sit in a meditation unprepared or without a certain level of consciousness, which is not a judgment, it's just the truth in this particular case, if you're going to sit without a certain level of consciousness that is already high, and you're trying to channel and give permission, therefore, to a certain energy to come through you, that could be a risk of channeling some lower entities, which I don't want to develop on this video, because I believe the less we talk about lower energy, sometimes the better, and we attract them therefore even less. But nevertheless, I need to say this, because what it is portrayed now today, especially on YouTube, about channeling, you see all these readers channeling through the cards, and everybody inappropriately use the word channeling. They're like, I am channeling this and I'm channeling that. That is not actually the truth. What they're doing is that bland, let's say, form of channeling, which is simply an intuitiveness through the cards, which doesn't mean that they are worse than people that do mediumship. It's just a different gift. Through the cards, they are picking up vibrational fields, and therefore they're giving a prediction, a reading, and so on and so forth. And I do that as well. That is a much more safer way to say channeling, and in order to channel spirit guides and angel. But if a person takes that literally and then sits on a meditation unprepared, trying to channel anything, and therefore again giving permission to some entities to come through her or his body, that can be very dangerous. So don't take with a pinch of salt the word that sometimes are spread on YouTube and are spread in the spiritual community by very conscious people teaching sometimes these things, or perhaps they don't even know about the difference between channeling, mediumship. And I'm not putting myself on a pedestal with this way. I just want to give you guys informations that are healthy and important for you in order to progress even on the spiritual path. Therefore, mediumship is the art of allowing another being to come through you and speak with your vocal cords. This takes a higher level of consciousness in certain case, past life experiences, and a karmic contract with the being, with the angelic being that you are channeling. And people usually, this being makes contract with the people or humans that have a certain level of detachment, and they are capable to just become clear vessels so for them to come through. Because a person that is very talented at mediumship is a person that usually is not very empathic, and if it is, it's trained into not projecting their own personal lives into whatever field of information it's coming through, because the field of information that being needs to come through in a very pure and straightforward way for everybody to understand. Because to a certain level, every field of information that is coming through us, it gets reinterpreted by our personal brain. So it goes without saying that the less you are projecting, the better channeler or medium you can be. An example again could be Esther X. She's a very famous channeler and very talented channeler, because she just lets Abraham come through in a very straightforward, light and fun way. How do you recognize then whether or not a person is lying, so it's truly channeling, or whether a person is not actually doing a pure channeling mediumship, but it's just picking up intuition? You recognize this in a very simple way, especially if you already have a clairvoyancy or psychic gift a little bit open, which I am sure the people that clicked on this video have to a certain extent, and we all have in this case. You can see that through the energetic field of the person. What do I mean by that? We have an aura, as you guys know, and we have an energetic field. When a person is simply picking up intuition, like you see in pick a cards, in readings and things like that, their energetic field is moving in a very fast way. That is because they are engaging with the reading consciously. So therefore, their energetic field is expanding, moving as they are moving and speaking. But if you look at the work of Esther X, or if you look at the work of Shalia Gillette, Theo, Bashar, any of this example, my work, I did a video on me completely and purely channeling, you will see that the energetic field of people that are using mediumship, it's completely still. What do I mean by that? It just doesn't move. Their consciousness is like on a standby. In fact, there are certain research, I think Bashar talks about it in some of his videos, where the brain of these mediums is being studied, because some part of their brain just shuts down, and you can see it from the energetic field. Simply shuts down, detaches from the body, and something else comes through. It's a very unique experience, and people that do pure mediumship, if you cannot see the energetic field, you definitely can feel something changes in the air. The energy becomes pure. You feel uplifted, especially if they're channeling an angelic being or a higher being, and you feel almost a sense of healing. That is why channeling can be beautiful. Now, do we have to take seriously everything that a channeler is saying, actually a mediumship is saying? I think we always have to look up our own truth. We have to be grounded. We have to be rational, because every energetic field, like I said before, gets reinterpreted by the brain of the person. Even by the most amazing channeler in this planet, is still coming through a human being. Therefore, take everything that this beautiful channeling is giving you, if it's working for you, if you feel that it's healthy, and take it with a pinch of salt, knowing that you are the master of your own reality, and you can have angelic guidance even if you don't have a gift of mediumship. It is perfectly fine, and this doesn't even discredit, in fact, the work of psychic, intuitive, and empath. Is simply a different mission and a different gift. And I feel that this is empowering, is beautiful, and I think maybe towards the era and towards the ages, we will all become little channelers, because our own vibration will raise, and we will be communicating telepathically with each other and also with the other dimension. So is mediumship something that I can see people doing in the future, like everybody having this capacity? Probably. That would be fantastic, because that will mean that we are all coming from a higher standing point. Is it something that everybody can do it right now? I don't think so, and I don't think that is necessary. So there is another question that I get asked a lot, but how do I talk then with my spirit guides and angel? How do I liberate myself from tarot reading, pick a cards? Like, I want to be independent speaking with my angels or my intuition. I think this is fantastic, and I think you guys should do it, and it's totally available to you. If you guys want to know more about this subject, I did an entire e-course that is called my Tarot e-course, where I teach you the tarot, every secret that I know about it, and my way of interpreting the tarot. I teach you how to speak with angels and spirit guides, and also how to manifest with the cards. If you're not interested in the course, in my book Ray, A Message for You, the last chapter that I channel, it's all dedicated to this. You opening yourself up to your intuitive gifts that are natural to any human being. You raising your vibration and communicating directly with angels and spirit guides. So you can find it on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Now, I'm going to give you anywhere and something today, because maybe you don't want to purchase any of my stuff and you want to just follow someone else, or you might not have the money. That is perfectly fine. So how do you communicate with angels and spirit guide? I know I've said this a lot, but it's true. Meditation is the first practice, because if you cannot enter your point of stillness, and follow me on this one, and therefore still your consciousness, your energetic field, coming into a place that it's almost empty, an empty but full void within yourself, you cannot listen to the voice of your intuition, of your soul, and the voice of angels. Because the voice of angels, soul, higher self, whatever it is your belief system, always comes from a place of stillness, peace, and consistency. Therefore, it will always be very different from the voice of your ego. The voice of your ego is loud, is upfront, is scattered, and is constant. It's constant thoughts that goes in your mind. So, in order to contact your higher self and your angels, you must practice meditation and entering your point of stillness, which can be done in other ways, which can be done with Reiki, can be done with crystals healing, music healing, can be done again with meditation, can be done with painting. Find your own way. But entering the point of stillness is the first way to even opening up the gift of channeling, if you guys have the gift of mediumship and channeling. And also, what I will suggest you to do is to not doubt anything that comes in your point of stillness, because what we do generally as a tendency, we're very insecure sometimes, and so we go to the meditation, we give permission to this being to speak through us, but then we question what we are hearing. Don't question what you're hearing. Write it down, don't judge it, observe it, and see whether or not it finds actualization in your life. That is another very fast and easy way to communicate with angels and spirit guides. Then we have multiple tools such as the pendulum, which I explain how to use in my e-course, tarot, oracle cards. All are ways, even safe way to communicate with angels and spirit guides. The only thing that I will ask you to do, guys, is to make a little prayer every time you're entering any of this experience. Give permission only to high vibrational energies to come through you so you can stay safe and have a beautiful experience. And if you have the gift of channeling and you want me to go through even more on the techniques that I use to channel my angel Ray, please comment down below, because I would love to do another video about it and maybe a much more in-depth video. But I wanted to do this video to explain to you guys what it is exactly channeling, and especially how can you channel, or rather how can you pick up or communicate with your angels and spirit guides. I hope you are gonna find this video useful and you liked it. If so, thumbs up, subscribe to this channel to have more videos and pico cards and channeling session for me. And keep in mind that my e-courses and my book are listed down below, and you can find it on CourseCraft, on Amazon, and Amazon Kindle. And in the meantime, keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love, and see you on the next video. I love you guys.